How's it going out there? This is Feed Your Mind, and in today's video we're going to discuss how the new Loki series on Disney Plus and Marvel, how it relates to some hidden information and hidden secrets and clues about reality, dimensions, time jumping, and destiny, and also the Rondonautica app. So basically, there's there seems to be writers at Marvel who are enlightened with information, because a lot of their characters are even built, well, based on real myths. Like Loki is actually based on a fallen angel or something, and Thor as well, or some might say beings from another realm. But whatever they are, they're based on myths, like actual myths. And a lot of their literature goes very deep, deeper than the surface level stuff. Like some people just think it's like just Spider-Man and Iron Man and Hulk and stuff, but they don't understand there's deeper backstories and deeper stories behind all these characters. Like Hulk is said to be like the like his real father's supposed to be like the in Hell, you know, and like the one below. And there's all types of deeper stories behind these characters, like Thanos and all of them. So the writers over at Marvel seem to have a lot of insight on stuff. They even have like a creation story in Marvel. Like in the beginning there was darkness, and they have characters that came out of the darkness, like the Venom characters and all types of stuff. So back to the subject, I mean, basically Marvel in this new Loki series is revealing information about how the timelines work. Well, philosophies on how the timelines work, where basically there's like the split experiment, and there's other experiments that suggest that reality is possibly some type of virtual, well, not virtual, but some type of predestined reality, where the choices we make actually free choices, like free will choices. Like, and then I've still been trying to find like specific areas in the Bible that speak of free will. So if anybody knows, can point out a scripture that actually says we have free will, let me know. But I don't know if that word's actually in the Bible or not. But really, when it comes down to it, there's philosophies that people are on this path, just kind of, every choice and decision, like reality is basically a bunch of choices and decisions, and all of these choices and decisions have already been kind of mapped out, and they split off, like choices that you make split off into other realities, as some of these philosophies suggest. Like if you go to work every day and then one day you decide to make a right turn and go the long way instead of the normal left turn, it's like, was that supposed to happen, or did you go off of path? So then would your reality split off into two at that point, where your normal path would be played out in some form of dimension or some reality, and then your main reality where you make a right instead of a left, that reality plays out in your world, your view. But really, in some type of form or some type of other reality, multiple reality possibly, you had done what you normally do and you go your normal way to work. So, and things play out accordingly. So then with other decisions, more severe decisions, the same things would happen, and all that would alter the timelines. So you're in your main timeline, but this is what could have been. And then on your life review after life, you would almost be able to see the choices you made and what would have been and what could have been and stuff like that. So this is a philosophy that I've dug into before, and a lot of the information seems like to kind of be interesting, very interesting actually. So basically, in the Loki series, they're saying the same thing, but Loki ended up off the path, and that affected, it was so severe, the path that he jumped off of, that it affected a lot. Well, this is a spoiler alert, so if you haven't watched it, this is your heads up. But basically, Loki had, I won't spoil too much, but basically, Loki had basically jumped off of a path that he was on, and then on the path that he was supposed to been on, things were supposed to play out, like his mother's death, and a lot of wars, that Loki was a big part of, what would have been affected, and then a lot of things just never happened because he jumped off this path, and it was so severe of a jump off that he got basically arrested. Like time people portaled into where he was and took him back into another dimension or another realm, and he had to stand trial for jumping off a path and affecting, because what he jumped off of was so severe, it affected so much. So they're saying, like, okay, you're in violation of the timeline. You're interfering with basic reality, and a lot of things are affected by you jumping off. So you're gonna have to be reset. Basically, they're saying, and you'll be no more. You're just gonna be poof, gone, and nobody's gonna probably remember you, I guess, is what it sounds like. So that's kind of what they're trying to charge him with, and that's kind of what he's facing. So yeah, so basically that's interesting that I've been heard clues about this stuff, like way before this Loki series. I heard about stuff like that where you split off, you make a decision, and then all decisions play out in different realities, different timelines. And so on a macro level of existence, if all things are one thing, then everybody's making decisions, and basically everything's a decision. And it's kind of like, I guess they can kind of see like how things will play out based off of these timelines. So God would be able to be the timeline itself, so he would know exactly what's going to play out in all options of reality. So, and also in the Loki series, another secret they're saying is basically when Loki jumped off the timeline, it was just so disrupted that they had to punish him. So because it was chaotic just by him going off the path. And this brings me to the Rondonautica app that I think they disabled, but if you still have it downloaded, you can still use it, but I don't think it's available anymore in the apps, in any app stores. But basically it was the premise, the app was based around the premise that they're saying, like, well, you manifest what you want to experience, and then you go on this journey on this app. The app will find locations. It says it taps into some type of quantum computer or something, and taps, gives you coordinates and you follow the coordinates on your map, on your Google Maps or whatever, and or whatever phone you're using, and then it will lead you to a place that you normally wouldn't have been. So the whole premise of the app is to basically get you to a place that's way off of your path. So it's kind of, and it says people have experienced such disturbing things on this app. We might have to get into this Rondonautica thing in its own video at another time, but basically, yeah, I mean, the app says it steers you off your normal path and gets you somewhere in a location, and then it involves your free will. So basically, you're saying what you want to see, and then you say it out loud, proclaim it out loud, then you push the button on the app, and it'll find the coordinates, and then a lot of people said when they get there, they actually see the things that they had wanted to see before they went on the app. So it sounds kind of like something you shouldn't be tampering with, almost, because if that sounds kind of like getting into like spiritism, and I don't know, it just sounds like kind of like something you shouldn't be playing around with. You know, proclaiming something and then being led somewhere, and then because a lot of people have found a lot of creepy, you know, that the app will lead them to a lot of mysterious and creepy places. So yeah, that'll probably be its own video. We'll probably have to get into a deeper subject about, or a deeper discussion about this Rondonautica stuff. But yeah, about this whole timeline stuff, I mean, let me know what you think about it. I mean, what do you think about all that stuff? I mean, it's pretty interesting to philosophize about, but like I said, I've discovered this information way before the Loki series. So yeah, anyways, I'll leave a link in the comment section and description box if you want to do more research with me. Also, I'll leave links to my social media and my other channels. And if you would like to donate to the channel, you can donate as little as $1 to keep things going here at Feed Your Mind. This has been Feed Your Mind. Thank you for tuning in. Signing off.